make it a better place. It'll take creation.
Hi everybody, this is Tina. Welcome to my video today. You guys, it's going to be a little bit longer today because I have a whole bunch of cards that we're going to make. I am teaching my Project Life class at the local retreat that's happening, and we're making this. It's this little kind of mini book. You could put it in an album if you want, but we're using all of these cards. It's going to be really fun. I'm teaching that on Saturday, and I wanted to make some just regular cards with some of the leftover Project Life supplies I have. So I have a ton because I have an online class that's going to be opening up soon, and it's going to be an entire mini album. So I had quite a few cards left and accessories left. So I thought that it would be fun to showcase at the retreat some different cards that you can make with these Project Life kits. So I have a ton. Like, we're going to make a ton of cards. I'm going to make all of these on camera with you guys. I might speed through some of this just because there are so many. I'm just showing you guys some of the ones that we're going to be doing. So we will speed through this, and I'll make some cards and we'll chat about a few things, but I thought it would be fun to showcase some of these cards at the class. So let's get started. The only thing that I'm going to be using are Project Life supplies and the stamp sets. So the cards and the accessories, anything that came in the accessory kit or the card kit, that's what I'm going to be using. So we're going to start off our first card with this piece of Whisper White. This is a thick piece of Whisper White cardstock. All together for all of these cards, I added 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock. I added 2 pieces of basic black and 1 piece of Flirty Flamingo. So I didn't add very much cardstock to this. So here's the first one. We have our base. And then we have this Project Life card right here. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit just so you can see. So we have this Project Life card here, and we are going to do some cutting on a lot of these cards. So I just want some of these stripes. So I'm going to take about 2.5 inches. So it's right underneath that flag, and you could save this flag and use it for sure. And then we just want this to be 5.5. And then I want to take this piece and I want to go ahead and mat it. So these are 3x4 cards. So when you're matting them, they're super easy. You're just going to do 3.25 by 4.25, and that's going to give you a perfect mat. And oftentimes, if I'm struggling to figure out a card design, I often will do a 3x4 square like in the middle of my card, and that oftentimes will help me get started. So now we can layer these here, right? But let's do one more thing to just add another element. We're going to take some basic black baker's twine. So I did add basic black baker's twine, and on a few of these, I pulled out some old school black glimmer paper. I hoarded this a couple years ago when it was in the holiday catalog. I like put one of these on every single order that I had, and so I have a ton of it. So I pulled that out because I thought it was the perfect addition. So I'm just wrapping this baker's twine right around this. We're going to tie a bow, and then we'll attach this to the card. I have my bow right here. So we're going to make sure that card is opening upright and just add some adhesive. I like to put the adhesive right over the ribbon or the twine just to hold it down. I try to use my grid mat to make sure I put things on straight here. Add that. Then we will layer this. You could use foam dots. I'm not going to pop anything up. Well, I'm not going to pop very many things up just to save time since I'm making so many different cards. Add this on here, and then we'll add this right to the card. And you could again pop that piece up if you wanted. Here is card number 1. There'll be photos of this on my coordinating blog post for sure. So then let's do this one. This is the black and yellow theme, which is one of my favorite colors. I did a card yesterday for that. We're starting off with a basic black piece, and then we'll do some layers. So for this one, we have, this is a regular 3x4 card. So it has this design on the back, and then it has this floral design, and we're going to layer it right on the bottom. So these are super fun for layering. If you just dump out your cards, any Project Life cards that you have that you are not using, or, you know, I always end up having several left over. Just put them on cards. So we have this. We're just layering it. Again, this is a 3x4 card, so the layer is going to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And we're going to layer this like this. But I have this really cute, it's a doily, like a white doily. And I'm just going to chop the bottom off. We're going to layer this right underneath. So I'm going to flip this piece over. We are going to add some adhesive. We will center it. I know that black card is a little hard to see on my black mat. We'll center this. We're putting it actually up a little bit higher. We have one other element. So I have this black heart that I have punched out just using a heart punch and that glimmer paper. All done with that one. Here is our next one. We're starting with a white card base. We have this card right here. It's a 4x4 card, and then we have this 3x4 card, and then we have some basic black baker's twine. Say that 3 times fast, right? And we're going to do a similar technique where we just wrap this around the top piece to our card. We're not even doing a lot of trimming or cutting, really. I mean, you can, but these fit so perfectly. So we're going to leave a little bit of white on each side. This is going right down the middle. This is going to layer right here. We're going to put it a little bit off the top so that the layer is like this. It just gives it a little bit more interest. You could totally pop that up. If I had more time, I probably would pop that up since there's twine there and it's kind of lifting it anyways. Then I just have another basic black heart right there. There's our next card. So we're just going to keep moving on here. Here is a basic black base. A flirty flamingo piece. We're gonna make this a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Now you could totally cut this heart out. Let's do that. Die that I used from the Sunshine Wishes thin lit, and that was already out on my desk because I used it yesterday. So let's just pop that right on there, and then we have another card. So I have 3 other cards I'm going to show you. I'm going to put those together and I'll come back. Our video is already pretty long, so I'll show you the last 3 and one more. All right, let's do one more card together here on camera, and then I'll show you the other ones that I did that I put together off camera. So I have a basic black piece of cardstock, and then this was a 4x6 card, and I just trimmed it down so that it would fit on here. So now I have a 3x4 card, and then I've just made a mat for that out of the basic black. So it just has a basic mat around it. And then what we're going to do is take the stamp set, and we're going to take the Flirty Flamingo. Or no, I'm sorry, this is Watermelon Wonder. And we're going to just use, sorry about that, we're going to use the stamp, and we're going to stamp on here. It's going to give it a tone-on-tone effect. Oh man, see, that's why. Real life moment, you guys. I totally smashed that down. That's why you should not glue your stuff down before you stamp. Let's grab another card and I'll redo that. Alright guys, so I re-stamped, and the problem that I'm having is my ink pad is really juicy. And so do you see how I got those 2 little dots, even though I was being really careful? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my WINK of Stella pen. I've pinched my stamp pad together to give me some ink up here. I'm going to pinch my WINK of Stella together to really get that, some of that liquid moving around. I'm going to add some WINK of Stella to that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just tapping my WINK of Stella, and it's pushing that okay, so let me show you up close how that looks. That is just a way to fix a mistake and make it look like it's supposed to be that way. So I just ink splattered all over that just to save the card. This one came out not as bad as this one. This one I couldn't salvage because there was a big smash of, smush of ink down there. So we will, it's totally fine. We'll make it work. It gives it a little bit more interest. You could do a little bit more ink splatters, or if you have a stamp set that has the ink splatters, you could do that as well. So then we're going to put this right down here. All right, so here's this one with those rhinestones. I made this one off camera. It has one of the clips from the accessory kit with the black baker's twine and some rhinestones right there. It's just a 3x4 layered on a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 and then layered on a 4x6. There's this one, which is the 4x6 card, and then it's just layered, and then I trimmed out a 4x4 card pattern piece and layered that with some glimmer paper. I did this one off camera. This is a 4x6 card. It's trimmed and layered on a piece of basic black, and then it is a Watermelon Wonder card base. I took these markers and added the color to the lines, and then I took this stamp set and we stamped in the corner and added rhinestones. This is the one, these are ones we made together on camera. And I think they came out amazing. So there will be photos on my website of these. You can pin them to Pinterest. This is made with the Project Life kit, which you can get, has all the cards in it. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. Remember, for every $50 you spend, you're getting free card kits from me. You're getting a WINK of Stella pen, a brand new one, and then you get to pick out a celebration item, which is amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be back later this week